Hello, good morning. I'm sorry I'm not there. No, this was not my plan. I got dressed, I was ready to go, and then my car wouldn't start, and I don't have any of my stuff for the motorcycle ready for how cold it was supposed to be, along with the misting. So, yeah, kind of stuck until car places open so that way I can swap out the battery. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. If it's not, I'll figure it out. Anyways, a lot of you seem to be stuck on a couple of these sections. Not the first two. Yep, nobody needs help on the first two. This second part is killing you. So we're just real quick. It is not as hard as it looks. I promise, it's not. It says find the value of f of 5. All this means is when x is 5, where is the graph? So look along the x-axis. So follow around here. Here's 5. Cool. So when x is 5, where is the graph? Is it above the line? Is it below the line? Below the line. It's going to be right down, looks like it crosses right here. So that's where it's talking about. Of f of 5, when x is equal to 5, then the function of 5 going down and looking around the y-axis, that's going to be at -6. That's it. Just -6. You don't have to put the whole coordinate. In fact, if you are putting the whole coordinate, that's why it's marking it wrong. You are not supposed to put the entire coordinate. So this one, we go over by 8, and this one, again, it's going to be down at -5. If I put that as a coordinate, 8, -5, it will count it as wrong. It won't even let me type it in, actually. It says, make sure your answer is typed correctly. It just wants -5. It does not want the whole coordinate. Even if, does this one give a good example? Yeah. If this one is f of 7, so we go over to 7, this time it's above the line. So I'm going to look up, and here is where it crosses at +2. That's all you do for that section, nothing else. Okay? Great. The other part, I'm worried some of you might be missing this one, is just finding rates, finding rate of change. These ones are the ones without the word problems. This one, if it says identify rate of change, remember that is a fancy way of saying the word slope. And slope, we know that's just the thing that is attached to the x. So, hey, look, 5/4, it's attached to the x. 5/4. Ta-da! That's all that is. Uh, Even if it's -5/4. Type it in exactly the same way. If it gives you a table, remember that we are looking for the rise over the run, the y over the x, namely the change in them. So for the x's, we went from 4 to 8. So let me grab my pen tool, actually. So we went from 4 to 8, so we're going up by 4. This is my run, okay? X is the run, going side to side. Y is going to be my rise. I don't know why I did that. And we're going from +1 to 0. Well, that's going to be -1. We're going down by 1 every time. Then we just do rise over run. -1/4. -1/4. Oh, hey, we can type that in. That's easy enough. So -1/4. It does not technically matter where that negative symbol goes. If you just type in -1/4 and it looks like that, it'll count it the same. You don't have to do this and specifically put the negative with the 1. Pretty sure it's going to count it right no matter what. Yeah. But it doesn't really matter. You can type it in however it is you want. And that's that. I'm not going to give you too much of a hint on how to do it in context. That's what this video is here for. It's kind of like some of those problems that we did 2 weeks ago when we were comparing rates, and some of them were in word problems. This is kind of that, but without having to compare it to a second thing. Don't mind my cat walking around in the background. So that's kind of all we have to do. And for those of you who might have been absent last week, for graphing, it's super easy. It's way simpler than you might think. Y-intercept, that's just telling us where do we cross along the y-axis. So my y-intercept is 1, so first dot is at y of +1. And my slope is -2/3. Okay? If you say it out loud, you're saying the directions. When we say over, we're talking about going to the right. So if I say -2/3, -2, is that up or down? It's going to be down. So -2, down 2, over 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's how you graph these lines. If you end up trying to graph something that has a slope as a whole number, perfect. We have right here y-intercept of 2, so we put a dot at +2, and our slope is -3 over what? If we don't see what it's over, that's going to be -3 wholes, which is -3 over 1. So again, say it out loud, -3 over 1. That's -3, so down by 3, and then over by 1. And it will look like this. That's all you're doing for graphing lines. For graphing lines from the equation, it's no different. It's just a matter of determining what is the slope, what is the y-intercept. The thing in front of the x is still the slope. The thing after the x is your y-intercept. And yeah, these two videos, if they say mandatory, they're mandatory if you were not here. If you were here and you do know how to do this, you can skip that video. But yeah, hopefully this video gets you caught up to speed. I know you guys can do this. I've given you way harder problems than this before. Again, sorry I'm not there. I will be back soon. Bye.